dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about SmackDown, April 11th, 2025. Wade and Joe on commentary. We're in Seattle, Washington, and I didn't write down the arena. Oh, it's okay. But we start this thing off hot, with Nick Aldis calling out Randy Orton. You know, and Randy comes out, he tells him, he goes, "Hey, Nick, do you remember when this last time this happened? You fined me, I paid double, and I told you that was for next time." Well, you know, and he tells him, like, "Well, I want a match at WrestleMania. That's what I want." And he tells him, I need to have a match at WrestleMania. Why don't you, Nick? Why don't you dust off the boots and you step in the ring? And Nick's like, whoa. And then here's Solo's music. It hits. He's with Tamatanga. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want Solo and Randy. I think it's a better story to tell with Nick and Randy. And I don't know if Nick's really capable to go, which would be awesome if he could. But Nick Aldis versus Randy Orton at a WrestleMania? That's insane. But awesome. Randy Orton versus Solo at WrestleMania? Not so much. But I'm guessing we're going to go with that route. And, of course, they try to attack, and here comes LA Knight. This sets up our big main event for the evening. And the crowd is rocking. I think ever since they went overseas and everybody in America saw how these crowds are acting and stuff like that, and people demanding that we go overseas more, we're stealing their chants now. We're singing the songs. We're doing the things like they did overseas, and I wonder how they feel. Like, whoa. That's our thing, you know? Ready or you know that chant. So, but the crowd is rocking, man. We have our first match of the night. It's a tag team gauntlet match. The winner, chicken dinner will face Raquel and Liv at WrestleMania for those tag team championships. So Bayley and Lyra teaming up. Yeah, the big match is past Monday. They go through Zoe and Shayna, then Natalya, Maxine, then Kaden and Katana, then B-Fab and Michin, all the way down to Alba and Piper, the Secret Hervis, 2, Chelsea Green. But they went through all these tag teams to finally get the win, and Raquel and Liv come in, and they put the championships over their heads. So we have these two teams doing battle. I'm not really caring for this match, but it's kind of like, well, we got to get Bayley on the card. How are we going to get Bayley on the card? Well, we'll just do this and throw him in a tag team. Damian Priest is coming out, but of course, here comes Drew McIntyre, the eye patch Drew. Coming out, and he attacks Damian. Boom, 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 boom. And big old fight, lays Damian out, and Drew tells everybody, I'm 100% cleared. He rips off the eye patch. Here comes Damian. He goes over and it starts fighting again. And then Drew took him out on the steel steps. And Damian's look on his face like, whoa. And Drew snatched his necklace. One thing you don't do, man, is snatch another man's necklace. And that's what he did. Is Drew just stealing jewelry now, like how he did Punk's bracelet? But they're going to have a Sin City street fight. Whatever that means, a Sin City street fight at WrestleMania. I'm like, all right. And then we get DIY backstage with Pretty Deadly. DIY is like, conspiracies, man. Then Motor City Machine Guns is like, you guys are crazy. We got a big tag team match next Friday with the Street Profits for those tag team championships, and we are going to win them back. That's going to be a huge match right there. We get Rey Fenix versus Berto. Oh my gosh. I love this match. This is my match of the night, to be honest, man. Rey Fenix is, someone did some comparisons from him wrestling in AEW and wrestling here and showing like, this is pro wrestling. You sell. Over there's no selling. But I really enjoyed this match. Rey Fenix got the win. Happy for Rey. Nothing but love for Rey, and his brother, who's going to be wrestling at WrestleMania to fight for the Intercontinental Championship. That's awesome. We got Byron with Roxanne, Tiffy. You know, Roxanne's going to take on Tiffy later on in the night. Then we have a Punk Heyman package. You know, he's going to be in Punk's corner at WrestleMania. Chelsea and Zelina setting up their match later on. Again, I guess, Chelsea and Zelina, yeah, they got a match up next. Yeah, my notes are all over the place. But Zelina and Chelsea, I did not like the finish of this match. It was a count out. It was a weird count out. I just didn't care for it at all. Like, all of a sudden, ding, 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 it's like, oh, this ends with a count out. I'm like, what? What? Chelsea didn't like it either. And they're blaming Joe for distracting Chelsea for that 10 count, for this to be a count out. I just did not like it. Berto, hey, there's some trouble in LFD. Some trouble there. Trouble. And we got Cody Rhodes with all the championships spanning across the WWE universe, to the spinner belt, to the undisputed belt, you know, paying homage to all these champions and talking about how important that John's not going to take this championship and go home with it. No way, no how. He is going to defend it, retain it, and stop history from being made. Cody Rhodes putting it out there and saying, John, you ain't taking this championship at all. It is our championship. The crowd pops. Boom, boom, boom. Cody Rhodes is going to whoop that ass, John. We have a Naomi promo. Proceed with caution. Then we have Byron with the Street Profits. Then we get Miz and Mello. Or, him. Stupid. Mello don't Miz. I don't know. This needs to be workshopped. I don't think it is, but the Street Profits says we got our tag team match, and Miz and Mello are making fun of them, saying like, hey, you don't deserve those titles. So eventually we're going to see these two teams clash, or they can make they could do something next Friday during the Street Profits and Motor City Machine Guns match. We get Tiffy with Roxanne up next. These two have a little bit of a scuffle back and forth, but Tiffy gets the win, and after that, Charlotte takes out Tiffy, beating her down to the point to where Wade had to get in Charlotte's face, being like, stop, you're being unprofessional, stop. That confrontation, Charlotte's like, I don't care. Because if you remember last week, things got a little personal, checking DMs and everything. Yeah. Charlotte doesn't care, and we are really adding to this match, and I cannot wait. It's on night one. They revealed night one, night two. I'm going to be at work for night one, and I'm not too happy about that. But Charlotte beat up Tiffy. Then we get Solo and Tama versus Randy and LA Knight, a back-and-forth battle, which I love. Randy and Solo fight the finish, fight all the way out, and it's just Randy. No, wait, hold on. It's LA Knight and Tama in the ring. LA Knight gets Tama, and LA Knight gets the win for the team. But, of course, here comes Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, taking out LA Knight. Bam, bam, bam. And that's the way we close the show. And I swear, Jacob Fatu is getting that United States Championship. It's going to be awesome. All gas, no brakes. Coast to coast, post to post, whooping that ass. But that was SmackDown. April 11th, 2025, Wade and Joe on commentary here in Seattle, Washington. That is SmackDown. Match of the night, Rey Fenix versus Berto. Moment of the night, Cody, especially with all those beautiful titles. But that's it. That's all. Drop those comments below. I give this show a solid 4 out of 5, just because it's 3 hours is long. But that's it. That's all. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share the bum that all word. I am KB, the Sexy Ninja, and remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
He's lining up a future shock DDT on the steel steps, Wade. Somebody's got to stop him.